Hey guys, how's it going? So I didn't think I'd have to make this video, and this one I am legitimately going to make very quick. Okay? I'm going to explain, I guess I have to explain why these are offensive. The 9 times at least that Ethan Klein brought up Jeremy's wife, and how it is indeed insulting. Let me explain why just from the get-go, okay? This is a negative malice video. Okay, it's negative, it's malice towards Jeremy. It's not, hey, buddy, I'm just joking around with you, lighten up a bit, you know, just having fun, which, you know, I wish it was. If it was, I wouldn't be making this video at all. Even if it was, you know, a bit roasty, you know what I mean? He's got the right to do that. Don't get me wrong. But when it is malice, and then he brings up his wife, how else are we supposed to take it other than malicious? You know what I'm saying? And there's some pretty messed up things he does say involving his wife. Now, did he end up straight up insulting Jeremy's wife by her looks and stuff like that? No. He insulted Jeremy's looks. I never said in my last video that he insulted his wife's looks. Mainly because you don't really see his wife, so how would you know? Okay? So I wasn't really worried about clarifying that, but I guess a lot of people took that the wrong way. That's fine. It's whatever. But he does insult his wife, and I'll explain why. When you bring up and you are insulting the person that she loves and married, and then you bring her up in any way, shape, or form during that rant, it is an insult to her. 100%. You had no business bringing her up. In this context, nobody should even be bringing up your wife, even though she's part of your channel, and people can criticize her. And I'll explain that later. But let's get into the times that he did.
I'm going to freeload in your house. Maybe to his wife, that's what it refers to. Jeremy is considered to be a red-pilled anti-social justice.
So let me explain this first one. First of all, he's like, maybe he's just freeloading off his wife, you know? As if, like, she made some sort of bad decision with Jeremy, or as if, you know, she's just some sort of, like, I don't know, some sort of bitch. You know what I'm saying? That's where it kind of could get frustrating. Do you think, in any way, shape, or form, that she would listen to you saying that and not be offended? I'm genuinely curious. Would your wife be offended if we ended up saying, everybody only watches the show for his wife because she's at least decent? You know, really, he's a freeloader off of his wife. Do you think she would take offense to that? Do you think she would accept that and be like, oh, that's true? Really? Now, if I was joking around, it was like, yeah, everyone watches the show for her, you know, he's just a freeloader off his wife, you know, and she'd probably laugh at that a bit and be like, yeah, he is a freeloader, you know, I'm the one that does everything on the show, you know, joking around, I get it, but that's not what you're doing, man. That's kind of the point. So, next one.
His wife has partitioned him to the basement. His wife cucked him for some pizza, and he's just taking it in the basement, and he's
So his wife cucked him for some pizza. So then you bring her up saying that, you know, she's some sort of bitch that would cheat on him and other things like that. Like I said, I get that he's joking around. But in this video where he's being very malicious towards Jeremy, it's not only is it not going to come off that way as a joke, but also at the same time, he is being a little bit malicious, saying that, you know, Jeremy's not worthy of having a wife. And his wife would probably disagree, first of all. Second of all, his wife is not going to take that as some sort of compliment, Ethan. His wife's going to probably be pretty upset that you would even suggest that she would ever cuck him. I'm just letting you know. Bringing his wife into this was a huge, huge mistake. That is a direct insult to his wife. That right there. And that's probably one of the worst things he does say directly about Jeremy's wife, honestly. But it is one of those things where it's like you had no business bringing her into this. What does she have to do with any of this, man? Why are you making him out to be this, like, small, fragile guy that his wife just hates? You know what I mean? His wife likes to punish, and his wife is just so tired of him and stuff. You make it seem like either A, he tortures his wife, or B, she tortures him. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's tired of his crap, so she gets him back, and it's just malicious, and it's something that she would find to be very much offensive. I guarantee it. So why in the world would you feel it necessary to bring her up in this?
I think I heard a fart in there too.
And no wonder his wife went to pizza without him. The dude is sitting in his own filth.
Yo, was that a fart?
Yeah, I think I heard a fart in there.
I isolated that.
Let's hear it. Oh, go one more time.
Hold on, let me boost the volume.
I mean, He probably did fart. I do that all the time in my videos. I actually hope you guys hear it sometimes when I do. Sometimes they're weak as hell and I don't mention it. Actually, I generally don't mention it. Sometimes you could find them. And who cares? But apparently he's just sitting in his own filth and his wife doesn't want to deal with him, so she just leaves him. And, you know, she's just a real awful person. And that's kind of my point, right? You are making this out like she's some terrible person. Now, I get it, right? In the context, it is a joke, right? But on top of that, this is a video that has malice towards Jeremy. So it's one of those jokes that's not really exactly a joke. Okay? It's one of those things that's a dig at him, that it's like, you're such a bad person, Jeremy, that even your wife doesn't like you. And his wife's like, she's going to be like, hold on, what the hell? Don't put that out there. I don't dislike him like that. Well, it's just a joke, but still, this is a video of malice towards Jeremy. This is going to make people legitimately think, yeah, why would his wife even like him? Man, he treats his wife like crap. How do you think that's going to come across? That's really, really stupid. So next one.
I mean, why are you sitting in the back seat, you cuck? Why are you, like, if you're such an alpha male, shouldn't you be driving, let alone...
He says exactly why he's in the back seat, too. He legitimately says, wife joins the Tesla family, I even fit in the back seat. I do this all the time. When my wife is test driving cars or is in the car, I'll sit in the back seat to be like, is there any room back here? Always curious. That's always a thing that I worry about, because one day when my daughter gets old, I'm going to want to know if we're going to have to get a different car pretty soon or later, or if I can transport any of my friends to concerts or anything like that. Are they going to be uncomfortable for a couple hours in the car? It's one of those things. What do you mean, why are you in the back seat? I mean, maybe you're joking around there, but who cares? And then, you insult him again with the whole cuck thing, which you've already established that she cucks him earlier. And it's just one of those things where it's like, yes, that is a direct insult to his wife. It's not indirect either. Calling him a cuck would mean you are directly calling his wife the person who cucks, who, commits the action. I mean, come on. How would you like that if we said that about you? How would you like that if it was anything about Hila? Here's the thing, okay? Calling Jeremy just a cuck by himself, right? Just a cuck by himself. Not so bad. Because you're not bringing his wife into it at all. You're not even mentioning her. But you are actively mentioning his wife. That's kind of what we're getting at. Why are you bringing his wife into this at all? What does any of this have to do with a response video? This is just slander. This is just you attacking him to attack him.
Maybe she locked him in the basement for doing that. That was his punishment. So that's why he had to pee.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure that's what happened. You don't.
Again, she's an awful person that controls her husband. That's just tired of him, right? I don't understand how you don't find this to be insulting. Why bring up his wife?
No wonder the wife makes you sit in the back seat and stay in the basement. You sleep in the basement too? I bet you he's got a futon or some shit down there, because he sleeps down there half the time.
How do you even know any of that? Why would she be forcing him to stay down there? Why would she be so tired of him that she would force him to stay down there? Again, more insulting crap towards his wife. You mentioned his wife several times, and she's not in any of his videos, any of his tweets, hardly at all, except for when he's buying a car, but that's not even anything to criticize, unless you want to criticize the car they chose. That would be different, but it would kind of be weird too. But that's another reason. Why bring it up? Also, you are now above 50% here on this. You see what I'm saying? The ratio is getting closer and closer. So I wouldn't bring that up ever again, Ethan. Just letting you know. You've already had many videos that have been in the negatives. Very popular ones with millions of negatives. Yeah. I wouldn't do that again. Or hundreds of thousands of negatives, not millions.
You know who probably really got him that shed, right? His wife.
He's sleeping there, bitch. No
About
more.
pissing in the
The
basement.
house.
Now, he does misspeak here, I think. He says sleep in here, bitch. But then he goes back to, so I'm pretty sure he meant she says sleep in here. I'm not entirely sure. I really am not sure.
Stinks like urine. Pee outside like you fucking animal.
I don't know if he is referring to her or not.
That's a good
Just
point.
peed in my basement.
Yeah, you think Bree bought that for you? You know your wife controls all the finances. You don't even have a credit card, bro. You know you hand over the check of your AdSense every month.
Because she's an awful person, takes all the money. Doesn't allow him to do anything. How could she not find that to be insulting? Seriously, that's what I would like to know.
Freud would say, and it's led him down a path of surrounding himself with women that he despises, right? His wife makes him sleep in the basement and pee down a drain until the stunk was too heavy that she bought his ass a shed and moved him literally outside like an animal.
Yeah, I bet his wife wouldn't find that to be insulting at all. I bet that's not directly insulting his wife at all. Now you're saying Jeremy surrounds himself with women that he despises, and that's why his wife is the way she is. Yeah, that's nope. No, in no way, shape, or form. You know, in the comments down here. Hey guys, can you timestamp where I insulted his wife? I will apologize and remove it from the video. Thanks. Now, at least I'm gonna give Ethan credit here. At least he is willing to do that, and I am proud of Ethan for willing to do that. Okay. There are a lot of parts that this video could use fixed, and a good apology should be written out to the Quartering. Personally, this is what I would think you need to do, Ethan. You need to allow Jeremy to come onto your content court here, and allow, like a normal court case, and allow the defendant to defend himself, maybe. Maybe you guys could have an actual chat live stream. It would be big. He's got half the subscribers you do. He's got 1 million. You have 2.16 million. Got half your subscribers, man. Could be good for both of you guys. I think you all could patch this up, and I think you should start having a bit more talks with people like the Quartering, and kind of come out of your whole movement to the far left wing there, with the whole outrage mobs and social justice-y kind of crap that you're leaning towards. You didn't used to be this way. You used to hate that stuff. You used to yourself consider yourself an SJW, an anti-SJW. I don't know why you would want to move away from that other than to make bigger bucks with Susan. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. I really do understand that. It's a good place to be because you see YouTube is sinking and you're hoisting yourself up on the highest mast you could possibly hoist yourself up on. But when the whole boat's sinking, Ethan, where do you think it's going to go? Doesn't matter how high you climb up on a sinking ship, dude. That's kind of the point.
A restraining order. If I was the wife of the Quartering, I know she doesn't watch his videos, but she might want to start seeing what he's up to on the internet.
You know she doesn't watch his videos. Do you know that for a fact?
In short, he is guilty, man. He is guilty on all charges.
That's kind of cringy. I disproved that he's really guilty on any of those charges in my last video. And that's where things get really cringy with Ethan here, okay? It's just the fact that he's not guilty of what all you accused him of. Not everything, anyway. There are a couple things in there I think I conceded on a little bit in my last video that weren't really a big deal at all. Now, when you add them all up together, yeah, it seems like a much bigger deal, but come on. That's just ridiculous, man. I get it. You don't like the Quartering. You blocked him because he tried to help you out. He was very friendly towards you, and you straight up gave him the middle finger. And that, to me, really shows your character, and that's why I stopped liking you. I defended you on having Susan in your back pocket, and then you flat out proved me wrong, and I was shocked by it. I had no idea you really had Susan in your back pocket. I thought everyone else was just being ridiculous. I thought they were a bunch of Keemstar punk fans. I don't like Keemstar either. I will never really defend Keemstar, not often anyway. And that's my point. You made Keemstar look good. It's ridiculous. You want to sit there and talk about how many times the Quartering has made videos on Brie Larson? Your obsession with Keemstar is legendary. You break YouTube terms of service because you know there's no consequences for it, which irritates me. I'm sick of it, dude. Seriously. you need to have a talk with the quartering. An actual talk with him and hash this out. But anyway, guys, there's the videos of him insulting his wife. I don't give a crap if anybody's going to be commenting on here. Those aren't really insults. I don't care about your opinion. I really don't care about your opinion on it. They are insults. They are direct insults. And there's something that I guarantee you, as a viewer, would not take from somebody like that if you were in the position of him saying this about your wife. I sure as hell wouldn't take it. Insult my wife, and things aren't going to be very pretty. Okay? It's the one way to just get me really pissed off. Leave her out of it. Leave everyone's wives out of it. If they're not part of the channel, even Ethan, I would say leave his wife out of it. Unless it's something that she directly says on the channel. She is part of the channel. If my wife came in here and gave a speech about something and you wanted to criticize that specifically, that's fine. Don't speak of anything else. There's no point. I'm not going to bring anybody else's wife up into it like that. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later.